Good evening, everyone. We'll call the student representatives of Springfield Empowerment Zone Speak Out update, which we always love, to order. And just a note, school committee woman Barbara Gresham is still recovering from these surgeries, doing fine. And school committee man attorney Peter Murphy has a family obligation tonight, because I know all school committee members always love hearing from each and every one of our students. So with that, I wish everybody good health to you and your families, and we look forward to this. And to start off is my alma mater, and Marcus Kylie Middle School, grade 8 students, Audrina Jenkins, Michaela Diaz. They're supported by Gabriel Jackson, Principal Director of Academic Interventions, Jacinia Climbs Rivera, if I pronounce it wrong, please correct me, Restorative Justice Coordinator. So I will give it to the administrators first for introduction, and we look forward to hearing from our students. And thank you, Focus Springfield, Brandon and crew, for again, making sure we're able to communicate with our public. So Kylie is up.
Hi, everybody. I am Jacinia Climbs Rivera. I am the Restorative Justice Coordinator at Kylie Middle. And I'm here to introduce two students from Kylie Middle, our 8th grade. We have Audrina Jenkins and Michaela Diaz, who are both part of many programs at our school, being mentors and now currently trying their run at our student council that we're trying to start up. So ladies, whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Can I go first?
You certainly may.
Hello, School Board Committee, Mayor Sano, and Superintendent Warwick. My name is Audrina Jenkins, and I'm here tonight to represent Kylie Middle School and all their students. We here at Kylie School are getting ready for presidential elections. I am running for class president and am excited about the opportunity. Students at Kylie have been preparing nonstop for high school, and most of my fellow classmates have already balloted. Me and 3 other lucky students will be attending Springfield Honors Academy this fall for a class of 2026. Also, for February vacation, 60 students, including myself, will be attending February Academy. All the students attending are so thrilled that they could see their friends all through vacation during school. With that, I thank everyone here for letting me speak tonight. I am excited to finish off my final year of middle school and start my high school journey.
Thank you, Audrina. Nice job. Good luck on your run, too, Madam President. Michaela Diaz. Michaela, up. I hope that's not me.
I hope that's not me.
A little bit of feedback, Michaela. Take your time. Our wizard here, Brandon, will try to help you out too, from Focus Springfield. Tech wizard. Not okay. Michaela, are you there? We can come back to you too.
I don't know what's going on.
Michaela, Brendan is indicating maybe, again, this is coming from a guy who still has an Etch-a-Sketch here. If you log off and then come back on, you want to try that? And then we can come back to you if you'd like. She logged off? Yeah. She gonna log on right, you think right away, or we can go to, no, let's speak. Okay, so we'll hopefully we'll get back to Michaela Diaz, but we're still continuing the Kylie parade here. Kylie Prep is 7th grade student Ethan Springer, supported by Principal Julia St. Martin and Phoebe Alsop, expert teacher. So I'll turn it over to administration first, whether it's Principal Martin or Miss Alsop.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Phoebe Alsop. I'm expert teacher, also Chief Equity Officer at Kylie Prep. We have so many great students at our school. and so many that we're excited for this opportunity. Our student representing us today is Ethan Springer. He's a 7th grader who loves all things STEM, science, really great at ELA and history. And so we're just really excited that Ethan gets to speak on behalf of our student body. And Ethan, you're up.
All right, Ethan.
All right, it's not perfect. Oh, it's
Looking good, Ethan.
great to meet you guys. I'm Ethan, as you guys already know. Nice to meet you guys. And yes, I am here to speak on behalf of the Kylie student body to tell you guys a little bit about our school. It's a great school overall. But something that makes Kylie Prep unique is science intervention class. Science intervention is pretty fun. There's a lot of fun projects you can do, like building cardboard shoes, giant candy bars, and all games, which we did at the beginning of the year. Another group I saw working on a cardboard pinball machine. One student made a cardboard projector. Now we're trying to make apps to solve problems in the world. I'm on a team that's trying to stop suicide. There's a panic button you can set to who you want to go to on your contact list, whether friends, parents, family, whatever. We're making a paper prototype first, then after that, we'll make a fully digital one. In science intervention, it's people from all different cohorts in one room. You get to collaborate people that you hardly speak to and meet people and make new friends. It's the only class where you have to work with other people to do assignments. Because scientists work, scientists work with other people. For example, they'll be on a team to find out if an organism is, going extinct or not. Science intervention is preparing for the future because you learn how to build, collaborate, problem solve, the scientific engineering process. In the engineering process, you have to do research and then do research first and draw it out on paper, then make a 3D model. If there's anything you don't like about the model, you have to make changes. It's useful whether you're an engineer or a writer because you have to make many drafts before the one you settle on. Science intervention is what makes Kylie Prep different from other schools. Schools I've been to, there wasn't a lot of collaboration or science intervention classes. Science intervention group work and projects make Kylie unique as it is.
Thank you, Ethan, very much.
Welcome.
Good luck and continued success. Michaela's back. Ms. Diaz?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there she is. All right, looking great. Okay,
Is it
Michaela.
better?
Yes, it's great.
Okay, that's good. That's what I like to hear.
Okay.
All right. Hi, my name is Michaela. I am 14 years old and I am an 8th grader at Kylie Middle School. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day and staying safe. In this presentation, I will be talking about all the good things about Kylie Middle School. This year has been hard for everyone, especially with this pandemic and getting back into our schedules for school. We are all so excited to be back with our friends and being able to cherish these times with everyone. There is so much we have done over the past few months of school. We have had Spirit Week where we had the chance to dress down every day of that week, and it was not an ordinary dress down week. On Monday, we had Movie Character Monday, Tuesday was Twin Day, Wednesday was Pajama Day, Thursday was Throwback Thursday, and Friday was Fancy Friday. All the kids had so much fun that whole week. We were able to see everyone's styles and how everyone's personality was. At the end of the first quarter, we had an award ceremony and they awarded us, all the kids that had got honors, perfect attendance, and superlatives such as most improved and best effort. This was the day that everyone had Fancy Friday and everyone was so dressed up nicely. Crew has been great for everyone too. It gives us all the time to chat with our friends and discuss what we are all doing in class. We have some amazing teachers. They are also nice to us, I especially have made bonds with some of my teachers. In ELA, we have been learning how to send emails professionally. In social studies, we have been learning about the Bill of Rights. In science, we have been learning about magnets, force, and motion. In math, we have been learning about how to solve proportions. I give shout outs to all my teachers, starting with Ms. Dunn, Mr. Sabato, Mr. Ross, and Ms. Visco. We have 5 more months of school to go, and we are going to make these months the best. We have February vacation coming up right before Step Up, and there are going to be so many activities. I have had so much fun this year getting to know all my teachers and spending time with all my friends. and I hope everyone's year was amazing. Let us keep it up and have a great year. Stay safe, and I hope you guys love this presentation.
Nice job, Michaela. All right, worth the wait. We like that. Kylie Academy, the parade continues. Patria Castillo Rodriguez, 7th grade, supported by Principal Michael Calvanese. Helen Vu, Miss Helen Vu, Dean of Culture. So I'll turn it over to the administration first for, I'm going to do an intro, and then we'll look forward to hearing from Patria.
Thanks, Mayor Sarno and school committee. I also have Principal Hines. She's running the building day to day. Ms. Hines, you want to introduce Ms. Vu?
All right, of course. Thank you, everyone. My name is Imani Hines, and I'm just going to pass it directly over to Helen Vu, who is our wonderful and amazing Dean of Culture. And take it off to you, Helen.
Thank you, Principal Hines.
Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm Helen Vu, the Dean of Culture at the Academy at Kylie. I have the pleasure and extreme joy of introducing the Academy at Kylie's scholar speaker tonight. She is an incredible scholar with a brilliant mind and a compassionate heart. She is one of our lead ambassadors. I'm incredibly honored to present one of our 7th grade scholars, Patria Castillo Rodriguez. Take it away, Patria.
Thank you, Ms. Vu. Patria.
Good afternoon to the school
How are
committee
you?
and others. My name is Patria Castillo. I'm in the 7th grade and go to the Academy at Kylie. The Academy at Kylie has changed me in many ways positively. My teachers, certain classes, and programs such as the Scholar Ambassador program have all helped me improve not only as a scholar, but as a person. I'm held to certain expectations at my school as a scholar and now also as a lead ambassador. That's one of the things I like about Kylie Academy. There aren't students, only scholars. Scholars are held to higher standards. My teachers expect a certain attitude towards my work and others, and expect me to try my hardest to produce quality work. They encourage me to want to be better because they care about me and my opinions. My social studies teacher, for example, set up a classroom constitution where me and my peers chose what we wanted in our class, like how we don't want bullying and want to have breaks every once in a while. My math enrichment teacher also asked me and my peers what she could do to make the class better. She took those suggestions, and I personally think the behavior of my peers has improved positively since then. As an overall school, we have the habits of scholarship, responsibility, perseverance, quality, and respect. I try my best to live up to these habits, not only in school, but in my own life. The habits teach me that I have to keep going, even if it's hard and I just have to try my hardest. That's one of the most important things I've been taught. I can't change the past. That's why I have to at least try now in the present. I might have regrets, but I don't want those regrets to be wishes that I tried to do this and that. I don't want to be stuck thinking about the what ifs. What if I had taken that risk? What if I persevered instead of giving up so easily? The Academy at Kylie has taught me so many things, not only how to find 20% of 150, which is 30, or how to analyze a text. I've also learned to think about my future positively, not by worrying so much, but more of like thinking how when I'm 16, I can get my driver's permit, or in high school, I can pick my own classes. I've been additionally taught that I can be my best at any time. I can start today and improve tomorrow. I shouldn't look in the past thinking about my mistakes as a burden, but as a learning moment, a chance to change. Because as the great Maya Angelou once said, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Thank you for taking the time to listen to me today.
Patria, nice job. Nice job. Lyceum Prep is up, and Armando Revilla is supported by Dexter Miller, Assistant Principal. So I'll turn it over to Assistant Principal if you want to do an intro, and we'll listen to Armando.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Dexter Miller. I'm one of 3 assistant principals at Springfield Lyceum. I'll be standing in for our principal, Celeste Femia, and I'm really, really honored and privileged to introduce Armando. He is one of our 6th grade students and rising stars here at Lyceum, and straight A student. So I'll just turn it right over to Armando.
Good evening, school committee and Mayor Sarno. My name is Armando, and I am a 6th grade student at Lyceum College Prep. I am here today to discuss many of the things that I like about Lyceum. I like that my school offers some of my favorite subjects. My two favorite subjects are gym and math. I like gym because I love playing sports. I like to run off all my energy, and I like to compete against my friends in some of my favorite games. Gym makes school so fun. I like math because it's easy to me and I love numbers. And I also love my teacher, Miss Rennie. She helps me with my work and make it really easy for me. During quarter one of my school year, I received straight A's. And during two, I received barely straight A's, but one of my goals in third quarter is to get straight A's again because my school believes in me. I like my school because I feel safe. There are so many admins at my school to keep me protective and always tell us to keep our mask up when we are have it down.
Way to go, Armando. And that is for straight A's, A. Armando. Okay, Armando, nice job. Okay, John F. Kennedy Middle School is in the house. Amy Arts is here, supported by Assistant Principals Autumn Sutton and Matt Sullivan. So I'll turn it over to the administration first for introductions, please.
Good evening. I am Miss Sutton, the assistant principal at Kennedy Middle School. Tonight, I would like to introduce one of our sixth grade unbelievable student leaders, Amy Arts.
Okay, Amy. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, Amy.
Good evening, Mayor Sarno, Superintendent Warwick, and the school committee. I was chosen to tell you about my awesome school. I am Amy Arts, a sixth grader at John F. Kennedy Middle School. What I recognize and love most about Kennedy is the teachers and the staff. I admire how they get to know you in a way that I've never seen at any other school. They learn your strengths and your weaknesses, and they help you grow. I have good and strong relationships with all my teachers, and it makes such a comfortable and loving environment. The jokes and the laughs, all while learning, help me retain so much information. Speaking of fun, let me tell you about our school culture. Miss Floyd, the school's Dean of Culture, is the best. She does it all: cheerleading, student events, snack shack, crew lessons, and student ambassadors, all with a big smile. Regardless of how many responsibilities she's juggling, she still finds time to ask you about your day. And though she is unique to the school, Kennedy does not fall short when it comes to devoted and considerate staff. When I was going from online elementary to in-person middle school, and what feels like a blink of an eye made me anxious and really nervous. But the warm energy radiating off of the teachers, being excited and energetic about getting to know more about us, made Kennedy feel like a second home in an instant. Thank you.
Nice job. Nice job, Amy. Okay. We'll go to Forest Park Middle School. Valerie Santos, Adrian Brookman, supported by Assistant Principal Freddie Torres Jr. I'll give it to administration for it.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of
Freddie.
Forest Park, hi. On behalf of Forest Park Middle School, thank you for the invitation to be here tonight. I have the pleasure of introducing one of our eighth graders, Valerie Santos. Our other friend, Adrian, was not able to join us tonight, but we'll definitely make sure he joins us next time. Valerie, whenever you're ready.
Thank you.
Hi, school committee and Mayor Sarno. My name is Valerie Santos, and I'm
Hi,
an
Valerie.
eighth at Forest Park Middle School. I just wanted to talk about some of the things I have noticed from experience here. First, us eighth graders have high school balloting until February 18. I have seen that this is forcing kids and pushing them to make more effort and get their grades up. Kids want to go to a high school that will benefit them in their lives and futures, so they push themselves to do more than they thought they could. I also wanted to discuss how we have a way to connect students with others, but of course under good behavior and COVID precautions. We recently have made a trip to ice skating. Kids that want to go have to be on good behavior. Another thing we have coming up is Spirit Week. This will start February 7th. We'll give kids a chance to express themselves and whoever they're close with. We also find a way to keep kids connected with others, and FBMF's teachers always push us students to do our best and have confidence in us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Valerie. Nice job. We'll now go to Springfield Realization Academy, and that will be Jazalina Rivera. If I pronounce your name wrong, please correct me. Diomel Babadilla Rosero, if I pronounce it wrong, please correct me, supported by Jill Michelan, Assistant Principal. I pronounced that wrong. Please correct me. So I'll turn over to administration, please.
Thank you for that
Michelle.
introduction. Good evening. My name is Jill Michaelha, and it is my pleasure to introduce two of our founding sixth grade scholars. First up, we have Jesliana Rivera. Jesliana is one of our dedicated scholars who is a tutor in our peer tutoring program and embodies the founding pillar of service. So Jesliana, when you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Feedback, Jesliana. Oh, they're in the same room. Okay, what would they have to do, Brandon?
Good evening, Superintendent Warwick,
You're beautiful. Okay.
and all the members of the school committee. My name is Jesliana Rivera, and I'm a proud sixth grade scholar at Springfield Realization Academy. Springfield Realization Academy, or SRA, as we affectionately refer to our school, has four value pillars to represent itself and guide us each day. Those pillars are integrity, justice, perseverance, and service. Every teacher and student follows all four pillars to create a safe learning environment for everyone, no matter what. Teachers and students support each other, support and protect each other. Teachers will work with students just so they understand the topic and get the lesson. Students work together as partners to help each other out when one is stuck or doesn't know what to do. The unique classes and programs they have help students do many more things than they wouldn't normally do. For example, the dual language program allows students to speak and write both Spanish and English fluently. Technology class helps students start coding at a young age, so if they require or choose a career based on coding, they can have more experience and most likely will get the job. Art allows scholars to learn about the art they're doing and the history behind it. Plus, not only that, art allows students to show their creativity. I know that the students here will achieve their goals and this academy will have a bright future. I think SRA is an amazing school and it's my favorite school I've been to. SRA makes sure you're not just sitting all day and taking notes. They make sure you enjoy the lesson and really understand it. They make sure you are safe, protected, and feel welcome. If I could rate the school, it would be a 10 out of 10. It's a really good school and I see it having a great future.
Nice job, Jesliana. Thank you. Diomel?
And now I would like to introduce to you Diomel Bobadilla del Rosario, who is one of our budding emergent bilingual students and will be presenting to you tonight first in Spanish and then in English.
Gracias.
Hi, everybody. Estimado Superintendente Warwick, alcalde Sarno y los miembros del comité escolar, es un placer hablar con ustedes de parte de Springfield Realization Academy. Me llamo Diomel y me gusta mi escuela porque me cambió la vida. Porque cuando yo entré a esta escuela yo peleaba mucho y con los buenos consejos de los maestros aprendí que peleando no resolvemos nada. Y como ahora voy para séptimo grado, ahora soy un estudiante mejor y entiendo que tengo que establecer las expectativas positivas para los nuevos estudiantes de quienes vendrán a la escuela en agosto. Ellos tienen que aprender a hacer las cosas bien, como levantar la mano cuando quieren hablar y no salga de la clase sin permiso del profesor. Ellos necesitan seguir las reglas adecuadamente para sacar buenas notas. Sobre todo, ellos tienen que modelar los valores de nuestra escuela, que son integridad, perseverancia, justicia y servicio. Entiendo mi papel de ayudarles y construir la escuela SRA para ser la mejor escuela posible. Now I'm gonna read in English. Dear Superintendent Warwick, Mayor Sarno and members of the school committee, it's a pleasure to be speaking to you tonight from Springfield Realization Academy. My name is Diomel Bobadilla, and I like my school because it changed my life. When I came to this school, I fought a lot. With the good advice of the teacher, I learned that fighting does not solve anything. And now I'm going to seventh grade. I'm a better student now. I understand that I have to set positive an example for the new sixth graders who will be coming our school in August. They have to learn to do good things, like raise your hand when you want to talk and don't leave the class without teacher's permission. They will have to follow the rules adequately to get good grade. Most importantly, they will have to model our school values, which are integrity, perseverance, justice, and service. I understand my role helping them and building SRA to become the best school possible. Thank you for listening.
Dale Mel, you did a nice job. Very nice job. Gracias. Okay, we'll now move to Chestnut Impact Prep, and they're supported by Associate Principal Fred Hurst, Leslie Rivera, Deannalise Feliciano Carrero. And if I pronounce that wrong, please correct me. I'll turn it over to administration first for an intro.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having us. My name is Fred Hurst. I'm the Associate Principal for Impact Prep. And I'd like to turn it over to our guidance counselor, Emily Harrison, who will introduce our students.
Thank you, Mr. Hurst. Good evening, everyone. I'm really excited to have Leslie and Deannalise presenting to you tonight. They are our newly inducted 7th graders as part of our National Junior Honor Society. And I'm going to have Deannalise go first. So Deannalise, you're up.
Good evening, school committee and Mayor Sarno. Thank you for having me. My name is Deannalise and I'm a 7th grader in NJHS at Impact Prep. Tonight, I wanted to talk to you about the hours of the school day. Usually we get up around 6 to 6:30 in the morning to go to school at 7:35. I know it doesn't seem like a big deal because we're just getting ready to start the day, but sometimes we do not get enough sleep or we've had a stressful day. Plus, it's not just us middle schoolers. I know some teachers also get really stressed and don't get enough sleep because they've done too much in one day. Sometimes they don't even have time to eat lunch. So I think it's best that we start school at 8:30 because some kids don't have access to transportation. Maybe their parents are working, or maybe they're farther from their school, so they walk to school instead. But it's very cold outside, and sometimes kids walk from their school to their house during the dark, or from home to their school. And by going to school at 8:30, that gives us more time to get ready, eat breakfast, and get a little bit more sleep. Also, by starting at 8:30, the teachers will have more time to get everything prepared for us, such as work and activities. I hope that you will consider changing the school hours. Thank you very much for inviting me to speak to you this evening.
Thank you, Deannalise. Nice job. Thank you. Leslie?
Hi, my name is Leslie Rivera, and I would like to speak about why we should have art and music in school. I think that we should have art and music in school is because a lot of students like art and music, and I think that they would enjoy having more fun in school, having 2 other subjects than gym. And in my opinion, I think art would be better to have because I'm really good at art. And I think that music should be in school because some other students are really good at playing music instruments. And I think that we should add those to have more fun in school because sometimes in 4th period, we cannot have too much fun because we only have gym in school. I think that if we add 2 more subjects, we would have more fun in school. And that is why I think that we should have art and music in school. Thank you for having me. Have a great
Thank you, Mr. Rivera. Nice job. Last but not least, Chestnut Tag is in the house, and they are represented by Director of the band, Sandano Jackson Jr., if I pronounced that wrong, who will provide a video performance by the students. Mr. Jackson?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Santanio Jackson, excuse me, and I am the new band director at Chestnut Tag. In the video, It has featured the 8th grade tag band. And in the beginning, there's a few students who are talking about what they like about band. Those students are Adriana Pingree, Jolimar Alaya, Janitza Sadano, and Nathaniel Martinez. Whenever you're ready, you can cue the video.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Adriana.
Hi, my name is Jolie Mar.
Hi, my name is Janitza.
Hi, my name is Nathaniel, and we are the 8th grade band. One thing I like about the 8th grade band is the competitive environment it gives us.
One thing I like about the 8th grade band is how we all sound when we come together.
One thing I like about the 8th grade band is the music we produce together.
One thing I like about the 8th grade band is how we sound when we get the piece right.
The piece we are playing is called Bonawa. It means don't cry little girl in West African.
Thank you, Director Jackson. It was very, very good. You're giving them a gateway to music there. Fantastic. We look forward to hearing you again. That
Absolutely.
concludes-
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That concludes our middle school speak out from the student reps from the Springfield Empowerment Zone Board. And we wish everybody good health and continued success. Thank you so much. We'll take a 30-second or 1-minute recess, then we'll go into our regularly scheduled meeting. Good evening. We'll call the meeting to order from the Springfield T-Birds penalty boxes that were in here. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Here.
Present.
Here.
Present, and just for the record, school committee attorney Peter Murphy has a family obligation, and school committee woman Barbara Gresham is still recovering from her knee surgery. She's doing much, much better, and we look forward to getting her back in the very near future. Now, without further ado, if we could all please rise for a moment of silence and then the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. We will now move to approval of the minutes. Approve the minutes of December 16th, 2021 regular session, January 3rd, 2022 organizational meeting, and January 13th, 2022 working sessions. Any questions or comments?
Can we separate those, Mayor? Because I wasn't here. on the
Sure.
13th.
Okay, we'll go with the adult school committee. We'll first go to approve the minutes of December 16th, 2021 regular session. Is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Vice Chair Collins, or second, please.
Second.
Second by Ms. Gonzalez. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
I want to make sure I'm getting this right. The 16th,
December 16th.
December 16th. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, one is sufficient vote, this matter passes. Thank you. The January 3rd, 2022 organizational meeting. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion by Vice Chair Collins, a second, please.
Second.
Second by Mr. Gonzalez. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes, one is sufficient. This matter passes. Votes. Thank you. And then finally, a January 13th, 2022 working session. Is there a motion, please?
So moved.
Motion by Vice Chair Collins, or a second, please? Say again, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Naylor. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
Yes.
Abstain.
Yes.
Yes, one sufficient vote, this matter passes. Thank you very much. We'll now move to section 3. A is to approve the decommission of Brightwood Elementary School at 471 Plainfield Street and transfer ownership to the city. Superintendent Warwick, please.
Thank you, Mayor. What we do when we no longer use a building is we decommission the building and return it to the city, and the city pursues development for it. There is some interest in the Brightwood building. And so we brought this to subcommittee, talked about it at subcommittee, but we've done this with a lot of buildings in the past. Very often they turn into reuse, and a lot of times it goes into housing, elderly housing, those kind of things. So it turns out to be productive for the community. It's been through the building and maintenance subcommittee, and didn't know if Chair Collins wanted to talk to you about that.
Thank you, Superintendent. Vice Chair Collins.
It received unanimous support. Obviously, we're finished with the building, so we should turn it over.
Thank you very much. Any questions or comments? And again, as a city, we always look to work with the neighborhood for a conducive development, and we appreciate the transfer. If there's no other questions or comments, is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Gonzalez. Is there a second, please?
Second.
Second by Vice Chair Collins. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes, one is sufficient vote, this matter passes. Thank you very much. B is to approve expenditure of $1,040,306. I'm sorry, for the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, DESE, for FY22 COVID-19 Summer Programming Reimbursement Grant. Superintendent Warwick, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Our grants office has been very aggressive applying for grants and winning grants, and this is just another one. DESE put out extra money. We were going to run summer programming anyway because we knew we had significant summer learning loss, as everyone does in the Commonwealth. We're able to get this this grant to help us fund the programs, and then we can use some of that money for some other things. It's been through our Budget and Finance Subcommittee and went through. I didn't know if
Vice Chair
Vice Chair
Collins.
wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, it came after the fact. We have run the programs, but it is reimbursement, which we can carry forward to use for programs coming this year.
Thank you, Vice Chair Collins. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Vice Chair Collins, or second, please.
Second.
Second by Mr. Gonzalez. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes, more than sufficient votes, matter passes. Thank you very much. C is to approve the 2022-2023 school calendar. Superintendent Warwick, please.
Yeah, we drafted up a calendar looking very much like the calendar we've run the last several years, with some highlights would be returning the students to school for classes a week before Labor Day. So we get a week then in late August, early September. And the staff comes back for PD a week before that. Another big thing with the calendar is we schedule 185 student days, but we conclude when school has been in session for student days for 180 days. So we put in the calendar, the last day would be June 22nd, but that depends on, how many snow days we'd have to, or emergency closure days we'd have to take into account. We've worked in all the holidays and all the PD days. As you know, we have 8 professional development days we worked into the calendar. We worked them in on the election days because the election days are disruptive, plus you have extra people in the building. So we do have the primary and general election day as professional development days. And we also do it on Three Kings Day, because our attendance historically on Three Kings Day has been very, very poor. There's a percent of our population that are celebrating that. So we do the PD days on those days. And then we're able to conclude, in June at a reasonable time. So calendar, we did a lot of polling with parents. Desi advised us to either go back a week before Labor Day like we did, or give up the February and April vacation. And when we polled our population, the February and April vacations were extremely popular and people didn't want to change that. So the calendar reflects that. We kept those vacations intact.
Thank you, Superintendent Warwick, and thank you to the outreach to the community. Any questions or comments?
I have a question.
Yes, Ms. Daly.
I know that there's some conversations at the state level around extending that break in between Christmas and New Year's, just because of the historical surges that we're seeing with COVID. If that were to happen, or are they having conversations yet with the superintendents at the Mass Association of Superintendents or any other level yet, to give you an idea if that's going to be a mandate or more of a suggestion?
They haven't suggested that to us as of yet. I think we don't know what the surges are going to be like at this juncture. So something we'd have to watch.
Okay.
But something we'd have to watch. We could always make an adjustment if we need to, if there is a surge.
Okay.
But, once you start pushing the calendar back and you start getting into late June, it gets very hot and it's not ideal learning time. So, we try to keep it moving during the school year. But if there's a surge, we could adjust for it. But nothing's come out yet telling us to do that. No.
Okay. And if something does come up, then we would just have that conversation at that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Any questions, Ms. Hurst?
Yeah, so I actually have heard that too, but I guess one of the things that stands out to me, especially because I heard what you said, Superintendent, about January 6th being historically having low attendance. So I'm just wondering what happens to us on that 3rd, 4th, and 5th, because we're sandwiched between the New Year's Day being closed and then closing on Friday.
Our attendance tends to be good after the vacation, to be honest with you. Where our attendance really tails off is in late June. That's when our attendance really tails off. So now this year, because of the surge and everything, the attendance is off. The attendance is getting better now, though.
Thank you, Ms. Hurst. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor, please?
So moved.
Motion by Vice Chair Collins, second.
Second.
Second was Mr. Gonzalez. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes, more than sufficient vote. This matter passes. Now we'll move to informational discussion items. A is notification to the school committee of assistant superintendent contract and salary. I'll turn it over to Superintendent Warwick, and at that point in time, we do have some presentations. We want to do it on TV for retiring Assistant Superintendent Lydia Martinez. Superintendent Warwick.
Yeah, Lydia's contract had expired, so we developed a new contract for Lydia, running from July 1, 2021 to January 31st, 2022. As you know, she notified us that she is going to retire effective January 31st. So we developed a contract around that. In her contract, her salary reflects a 4% increase based on her performance evaluation that I completed. We're putting that into effect. We'll put it into effect retroactive to July 1, like we do all the raises. We always wait to do the performance increases till the fall and review folks, because we wouldn't have all the MCAS data to take a look at, and all the performance reviews are based on data.
Thank you, Superintendent Warwick. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, that's just an update on. I don't think there's any formal vote that needs to be taken.
Oh, there's no
It's a
vote
superintendent
that's required
call
on
on that. So with that, Lydia, and I know Assistant Superintendent Martinez that you are watching. We have a couple of presentations. And this is from the school committee, Superintendent Warwick and myself and all the school committee members. And we have from Springfield Public Schools, Springfield, Massachusetts, the Springfield School Committee and Superintendent of Schools hereby present Lydia E. Martinez Alvarez with this award in recognition for your 28 years of commitment, dedication, outstanding service to our children and families of the Springfield Public Schools. Awarded on this, the 27th day of January, 2022. And it's by all school committee members and signed by myself, Mayor Dominic J. Sarno, and Superintendent Dan Warwick. And Lydia, I had a little proclamation we put together for you too before I turn it over to school committee members. And we have City of Springfield, Massachusetts, Mayor Dominic J. Sarno, home of the Basketball Hall of Fame proclamation. Be it known that the City of Springfield, Massachusetts hereby extends its congratulations to Lydia E. Martinez Alvarez in celebration of her retirement. And whereas Lydia E. Martinez Alvarez began her career as a teacher in 1996 at Forest Park Middle School, and in 2003, she served as assistant principal at the High School of Science and Technology, later becoming the principal of Chestnut Accelerated Middle School in 2004. In 2008, she went on to serve as senior administrator for the Leadership Continuum and later chief of schools officer for Zone 3. In 2012, Lydia became the Springfield Public Schools' first Latina assistant superintendent. After a distinguished and dedicated 28-year career, Lydia is ready to call it a career. Whereas Lydia has been a strong, steadfast, unyielding advocate for our children and their families and our Springfield Public School family. She has been instrumental in a number of Springfield Public School initiatives and a strong voice within our community. Lydia has been recognized and honored for her leadership throughout her career. Some of the awards and acknowledgements she received include the Barbara Rivera Lifetime Achievement Award, the Awake Excellence in Education Awards, Westfield State Urban Education Program Alumni Award, Springfield Puerto Rican Day Parade Godmother, Pioneer Valley Project MICA Award, 100 Women of Color Award, and the Business West Women's Impact Award. And whereas today, we join with Lydia's family, friends, and coworkers who love her dearly in wishing her good health and a very happy and well-deserved retirement. Be it known that I, Dominic J. Sarno, Mayor of the City of Springfield, on behalf of the residents of our great city, extend best wishes and good health on this joyous occasion. Therefore, I, Dominic J. Sarno, Mayor of the City of Springfield, do hereby proclaim, and you know your last day is Monday, January 31st, 2022, as Lydia E. Martinez Alvarez Day in the City of Springfield. And I encourage all our residents not only to be aware of this event, but to thank and acknowledge all her dedicated efforts. Signed by myself, Mayor Dominic J. Sarno. And I hand wrote here, bittersweet, thanks and congrats for all your years of dedicated services to our kids and their families and our staff. With your heart and mind, you cared. God bless you, Lydia, and thank you very, very much. So we'll get these to you. I think we'll be seeing you in the near future too on that. With that, I will turn it over to our school committee members and Superintendent Warwick, because I know they'd like to say a few words. So the school committee members, Superintendent Warwick.
Yeah, if I could, Mayor, thank you. It's been my pleasure to work with Lydia through her entire career. She started as a substitute teacher and worked her way up through the ranks. She's from the City of Springfield. She took on every job with passion, starting as a substitute teacher, then teacher, assistant principal. She worked in our leadership program. Then I hired her as a CSO, and then as our first Latina assistant superintendent of schools. And for 28 years, she served the students of Springfield with passion and caring attitude, and really done a great job in every role. It has been a pleasure to work with. So from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of the students of Springfield, I want to thank Lydia for her outstanding career and wish her all the best in the future, to her and Ralphie. And I can't say enough about what she's done for the school system over the years, and we so appreciate her. But we're very, very happy for her with her new opportunity.
Thank you, Superintendent Warwick. School committee members?
Sure, Mr. Mayor.
Vice Chair Collins, please.
Lydia, I know you're watching, and obviously the superintendent just rattled through a very long and distinguished career. You broke some barriers, Lydia, and more will be able to follow now that you've broken through those barriers. It has been a real pleasure to work with you. And you have had a remarkable career. And I know you and Ralphie are looking forward to some travel. And I know you're not going away. I know we'll see you around at doing something. I just know you're not going to disappear. And we will be seeing you. But it's been a pleasure, Lydia. Congratulations.
Thank you, Vice Chair Collins. School committee members?
Sure.
Ms. Hurst?
Yeah. Assistant Superintendent Martinez, I truly wish you the very best and just want to thank you for all of your years of service. We don't tell people every single day how much impact that they have on us or on our communities. And I think it's really important to highlight just that, especially as the vice chair and the superintendent have acknowledged and cited all of your accomplishments and how you climbed the ladder. You truly are a role model to all of the students here in the city of Springfield, that there can be really amazing individuals that come out of our district. So again, thank you for all of your years of service, and may you enjoy this time with your family. Best wishes and health.
Thank you, Ms. Hurst. School committee members?
Yes.
Ms. Naylor?
Assistant Superintendent Martinez. In a few days, I won't be able to call you that, but you have been a friend. You have been a colleague. I've worked with you for the last 10 years in different community settings and programs, and you've always been there. You've always advocated for our kids, and you've always made sure that we kept them in mind and that their education was priority. And so I just thank you for being an advocate. Thank you for being a friend. And thank you for being a community leader, somebody that we can lean on and look to. And enjoy your time, enjoy your family, have some fun, and then come back and we'll see you again in another setting.
Thank you, Ms. Naylor. Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, just echoing the words of my colleagues. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, and thank you for all that you've done for the district and also opening the way as well. As the first Latina, as the mayor said, Assistant Superintendent, God bless you, and I hope you enjoy your retirement.
Lydia, we congratulate you. Thank you. Thank you. We will now move to reports of standing committees. Student relation, parent concerns, Ms. Gresham, again, she's recovering from knee surgery. She's doing well. She sends her regards. B is Buildings Maintenance Committee, Vice Chair Collins.
Well, we voted on the item that we covered this week. We will be meeting very shortly to go over the statements of interest that we'll bring forward to the committee so that we can submit on time to the Mass School Building Authority.
And as a sidelight to that, I spoke with Treasurer Goldberg just the other day, and once again to thank her. She's been in the Mass School Building Authority, Jack McCarthy, the Hope have been absolutely fantastic to us. So I'm sure we're going to continue that outstanding relationship for the betterment of rehabbing and building new schools for our students, families, and staff. So any questions or comments of Vice Chair Collins?
Mr. Mayor, I would just say that I too just spoke with the treasurer today, so if we could keep her and her family in prayer. Her father is not well.
Did the dad?
No, but yeah, so I literally just talked to her earlier.
Yeah, because that's what, okay, yeah, we're praying thoughts and prayers for the treasurer's father. Yes, Father, when you say, I'm sorry, with these penalty box things, I can't hear. I just, okay, thank you, Ms. Hurst. Any other questions or comments on buildings maintenance? Okay, we'll move Legislative Contracts Committee. Mr. Gonzalez, please.
Nothing to report.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Curriculum and Programs Committee.
Nothing
Ms.
to
Hurst?
nothing to report at
Okay.
this time, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Hurst. Budget Finance Committee, Mr. Collins.
We voted on one grant this evening, and again, that the grants department is doing a great job, and keep up the good work and bring us some more money.
Thank you, Pat Roach and team. Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none. Vocational Education Committee, that's Attorney Peter Murphy. Again, he has a family engagement. Technology Committee is Ms. Naylor.
No report.
Thank you, Ms. Naylor. School Safety Committee, again, is Ms. Gresham, and we wish you continued good health and speedy recovery and encouragement. She's from their knee surgery. And I is Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Mr. Gonzalez.
Yes, I'd just like to say that we're looking forward to starting with a meeting, and I was briefed by our superintendent and members of the district's team based on the work that was done with the Staff Demographics Committee and also the Dyer Committee or Advisory Steering Committee that made way for this, just to provide a basis and context as we move this work forward.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. And very sharp tie on tonight, too.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments? Mr. Gonzalez report. Okay, hearing none. We'll now move to the report of the student representative to the school committee, Nathaniel Claudio's Roger L. Putnam Vocational Technical Academy. He's been very good in attendance for a long time, even with COVID. I know he works too. So Nathaniel, I don't know if you're on. If you're on and you'd like to, okay. Nathaniel, again, you were always very dedicated, and I know that you're working too. So we wish you good health and continued success to you and your family. Now I'll turn it over to Superintendent Dan Warwick, please.
Thank you, Mayor. We sent something out today. We had a small fire at Valleyette School. You know, we're so fortunate in the city of Springfield. We have an outstanding fire department. They responded right away. And the staff at the school were right on top of it. And thank God there wasn't a lot of damage. There was no one hurt. We were able to get the kids moved over to a facility we have on Alderman Street for the day. We're going to cancel school tomorrow for the Valleyette students, but we're going to have the school ready to go on Monday. It's mostly just getting rid of some of the soot and cleaning it up and making sure that the smoke smell gets out of the building. But there was no major damage to the building due to the way everyone responded, and we'll have everything ready to go. Just want to thank the staff. They really responded right away, and my staff making space over at Alderman Street, making sure we move the kids over for the day, move the lunch program over, and then bust them back for the end of the day so they could have their regular dismissal at Valleyette School. So like I said, Springfield Fire Department was absolutely fabulous and helpful, as was our facilities department. We're bringing in CRS to professionally help us with the cleanup and everything else, so that'll be ready to go for Monday for our kids. Our COVID numbers have been steadily improving, and some of the weekly reports, you know, some of the most challenging times as we came back after, the Christmas vacation, our student numbers were 748 for the week and 355. This past week, the student numbers are down to 575 and the staff down to 123. The week before that, the staff was 99. So the staff piece is really coming into line, and the student numbers are dropping also. So that's moving in the right direction for us. And again, I think that's based on all the procedures, the PPE and everything we've put in place to make sure that we're on top of this. It was a challenge, but it's certainly a lot less of a challenge now with more of our staff back and being able to respond to Omicron. Good news also is, due to the drop in the COVID numbers, and in speaking to Dwayne early and getting involved with Helen from our public health department and Jeannie Clancy, we're going to be able to get our parents and family members back into our games. In fact, they started allowing them back in last night.
Yeah.
So we're doing 4 parents into the games in the larger venues and 3 in the smaller venues. Down the road, as the numbers continue to improve, we can bring crowds back in also. And we think we'll be able to do that also if the COVID numbers keep dropping as they are. But for now, getting our parents in was crucial, and that's going on right now. In fact, we have several games tonight. We got them in last night, and then more for this weekend. So that's moving in the right direction, and we'll have more news for you as this opens up. We'll be able to bring more crowds back in too. So that's been going along very, very positively. Again, kudos to Helen, who always has time from our public health department to help us. And so every time we're trying to make a decision, we're making a decision based on the public health numbers in concert with the city, working very, very closely with Jeannie Clancy, our nursing supervisor. And they've absolutely done a great job. So that's, again, moving in the right direction. I asked Jeannie to come on tonight. I sent you out something where there was a new program from DESE and DPH relative to the testing that we're getting going. And I asked Jeannie if she'd come on and just give you a little overview of the program. We sent some materials out, but we're going to be able to get tests and move forward in a way that's going to be more effective with Omicron. So Jeannie, are you on?
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Lydia. Jeannie, hey, thank you, Jeannie. Thank you for you, Commissioner Helen Carlton Harrison, Assistant Superintendent Lydia Martinez just walked in too, and for your all efforts, but especially as she walks in, your efforts to make sure our student athletes were able to pursue seasons. And now I know I received some calls and emails and letters to get our parents so they could see their play. So thank you, Jeannie, on that. And to the superintendent, if you give an update on this new testing DESE is putting in place.
Okay, so DESE updated their testing program effective January 31st. This will run through April 22nd. In April, they will determine if there are needs for next steps. The new program remains free of charge and is based on data that supports a more effective way to manage the new COVID variant Omicron. This program will continue to allow symptomatic testing and pool testing, plus add weekly at-home rapid antigen tests for students and staff that opt in. With this program, we will no longer be contact tracing or utilizing test and stay. Instead, schools will be shifting to focus on monitoring for symptomatic students and staff, and then implementing symptomatic testing. Commissioner Helen Carlton Harris supports the program and is pleased with the opportunity to get test kits into the home via the students. CIC Health will continue to provide staff for pool testing and symptomatic testing and logistical support for distribution and tracking of the rapid antigen kits. The rapid antigen test kits being used are from iHealth. Participating students and staff will receive one kit every 2 weeks. Schools will maximize the utility of the home test kits by determining which day of the week that we recommend students and staff to test. So for example, if we pool test the school on a Monday, we would recommend testing of student and staff on the Thursday. Individuals that test positive will still notify the school and will report the information to DESE. The staff opt-in forms are electronic. At this time right now, we're doing paper for student forms. This consent process is going to be ongoing. And that's a quick overview of the program.
Thank you, Jeannie. I also want to thank Athletic Director AD Dwayne Early, too, who was very instrumental in the our sports programs, too, with the testing and the shots and everything. With that, I'm going to turn it over to school committee members for any comments or questions, or Superintendent Warwick.
I think Jeannie gave you a brief overview of the program. This program is going to be effective, given the different characteristics of Omicron, more effective than what we were doing in the past. And the extra tests, of course, will be helpful because the key with this is testing. Plus, it's going to help keep our kids in school. So makes a lot more sense than what we were doing, which matched the Delta variant, but not Omicron. And Jeannie's done a great job for us leading the way. So very grateful for our nursing team, which has been great. And the state has helped us a lot with all the CIC staff too. So we're very grateful for that as well.
Thank you, Superintendent Warwick. Ms.
May I
Hurst?
ask a question, Mr. Mayor? I just want to get, make sure I have a good understanding. So in lieu of them doing the testing at school, they're going to get test kits and they're supposed to test at home.
So we're going to still pool test at school, and they're also going to have the testing at home. And we're also going to do symptomatic testing at school. What we're not going to do is the contact tracing, which doesn't make a lot of sense with Omicron and that kind of thing. So there's going to be more testing done this way so that we know by the tests whether our kids are infected or not.
And so is there a particular schedule that those kids, as parents or guardians, should be following when they're testing their kids at home? Like, are they doing it on the off days from when the school is pool testing?
That was the suggestion from the state, but I'm going to let Jeannie answer it. Pool testing on one day and then parents would be testing a different day.
Yes, so if a school, for the example I gave, if the schools pull test on Monday, then they'll receive notification to take their at-home rapid test on a Thursday. If they
Okay, so they're
pull
gonna
test
know.
on Tuesday, they'll take the rapid on Friday.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms.
But Jeannie just did a great job again, working with Helen, bringing this in.
Yeah, well, because I wasn't sure.
That was a great question,
Yeah.
so thank you. Yeah.
May I ask a question?
Ms. Hurst, if you're all set?
Oh, I am, thank you.
Ms. Naylor, please.
Are the students gonna need to have permission slips
Yes.
approved in order for them to participate?
Yeah.
Yes. The
Okay.
parents are going to have to sign off, yeah. And we're already working on that.
Okay. So I imagine that we're gonna have staff following up with parents because we know they're not great about filling out these permission slips.
We're going to do a lot of communication and work on it like we have in the past. And you're right, it's sometimes outreach that makes a difference.
Right.
So we'll be working on that.
And I wonder too, because I ran into this problem. I thought that I submitted, well, I did. I signed permission slips for all my kids and I gave it to them, but all of them didn't turn them in. So sometimes the parents do their part, but the
Our
kids
ki-
don't
our
do their
kids will
part.
be kids, yeah.
So I wonder if there's gonna be a notification for families to know that they have not, in fact, that they don't have something on file. Similar to what happens when athletes need to do whatever and they let you know, well, they need a physical and there's not an updated physical. If there's gonna be some process in place, just to make sure that the parents know that their kids didn't turn in their permission slips.
Oh, it's a great point, and we're going to have to be relentless about it because this, obviously, it's just like the shots. It's, if we can push this and get more of the kids using the testing, the program's going to work a lot better. So we're going to have to be relentless on the communication.
Right.
Thank you,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Naylor. Thank you, Mr. Any other questions or comments? Okay, thank you, Nurse Clancy, very much, and stay healthy.
Thank you.
Jeannie, thank you.
Superintendent Warren?
To Barry Swan, our topping off ceremony was a big success. I think the best part of the program was Ben being able to show up. That was absolutely tremendous. I think when you look at it, and the mayor alluded to it earlier, and we're doing our statements of interest for accelerated and core projects right now. But all the projects we brought in the city, over $700 million worth of projects, more than any city in the Commonwealth. And I often say it's the only time Springfield's ever gotten more funding than Boston, because a lot of times there's a Eastern centric piece to this state, but that's worked great. I think it's relationship building and making sure we're very aggressive putting in on all of those projects. But then the other piece is the mayor coming up with the matching funds on all these projects to make them happen. And I'm very, very grateful for that. And so grateful for the school committee support on that. And we're going to have an aggressive package for you that we're working on right now with the facilities department to move forward.
Superintendent Warren, can I just say on, we're another Springfield first, because we are the first, we cut those deals to build the dual schools. Lincoln Brightwood being the first one ever in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, then to Barry Swan, and to retired Representative Ben Swan. I gave him a ride home after that. Just so humble and genuine. I mean, he had a tear in his eye about this, not for him, but that for the kids, and it was very heartfelt, and I appreciate. I know that Barbara Gresham, Tony, a lot of people, but we worked hard on it, and it was really, really nice. And that building, I buy there a lot, especially on Saturdays. I go by there. It is going up quick. It is going up quick. So thank you, Superintendent.
Mayor,
Vice Chair Collins?
Ben truly was moved.
He was. He really was.
Moved. Education is near and dear to Ben's heart.
Yeah.
And he was just so moved that somebody would name a school after him, something he never would have expected, but obviously a well-deserving. But to see the emotion in Ben was really something.
It was great that I didn't know if he was going to be able to make it, but when he showed up, and it was fantastic. Superintendent Warren?
Yeah, thank you. And like I say, it was special seeing him show up to the ceremony. And I think it means a lot to have a civil rights icon like Ben get recognized. So I thank the school committee for making that move. Nice piece of news. Putnam won the stock market challenge,
great.
our marketing program at Roger L. Putnam. They always do well in these different challenges, and we won in the first, third, fourth, and fifth division. Only in the second we missed out. So we almost captured the whole thing, but next to a clean sweep. So Putnam's won a lot of awards over the years for our vocational program. So that was a nice piece of news, and we sent something out to you on that. There's also a contracts report in your package, and if you have any questions or concerns about that, you can contact Pat or I know Lydia's here now,
We're
so
gonna, I'd
I was
love to.
hoping we could.
Yes, have her, whether on unfinished or new business, unless there's any questions, superintendent's report. Retiring Assistant Superintendent Lydia Martinez is here. Lydia, we'd love to have you come up. And I don't know if you heard the accolades and awards we gave you on your way, if you're here, but we'd love to have you take the floor. She's crying.
Mayor, Superintendent Warwick, and Chris, you guys have always been so, you've always had my back and you've always been so supportive of me. And I just can't say thank you enough to the three of you for always believing in me and for just always being by my side. This journey has been amazing and it's been emotional, but I've grown so much. And as a product of the Springfield Public Schools, to end my career and start my career here is an honor. So thank you. And thank you, Latonia, for always being a friend, and Denise for always being there, and Josiah, welcome. And so just thank you, everybody.
Don't go anywhere. Hold on.
You have to watch the tape. No, I don't want that. I will do that.
And I'm sure we'll do something even better for when we can take the mask off.
See, she said, oh, we gotta take a photo. She said, yeah, inspiration, not perspiration. So we like that. Right, everybody wants to take that, and we're gonna take a photo.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Don. Welcome aboard. Sorry we didn't get to do much, but we did.
Thanks,
stuff
Vivian.
with the committee.
Yes. Come on, Lydia, come on back over here. Look at those boots, huh?
Maybe we should get in front.
Well, can you want us to come in front?
I thought better than these. Oh, glass.
Penalty box here, yeah.
Go ahead. You guys go first. Oh, I'm staying on the I know, right? It's just that those chairs are so much, thank you.
No, I know.
They don't.
You gotta make sure you watch that tape, Lydia. Okay. Well, that was very nice. Again, let me just go back just in case if there's any unfinished business. Hearing none, is there any new business? Hearing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by Vice Chair Collins, there's second.
Second.
So, okay, thank you. I think it was Ms. Naylor or Ms. Hurst again with a tie on that. Roll call vote is required. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes, more than sufficient vote this matter passes. Good evening, good health, and thank you for watching. God bless you all.
Denise is